Hey everybody, welcome. April 2021 layout update. So April's been really busy. Shot several videos on operations, and I've torn the west end of the layout off. So this update's not going to be about that. If you want to know more about that, Crowsnest realignment is going to tell you the plan. Crowsnest construction day 1 and day 2 are both up. Day 3 is going to go up on May 1st. 4 and 5 have been shot. Keep checking those out, and that's going to let you know what's going on that way of Tunnel 7. Today we're going to talk about what's going to happen as a result of all that work being done and what's going to happen going east. So this is Tunnel 7. We have Island Lake here and we have Summit Lake here. Okay, there's 3 lakes in the Crowsnest Pass that I'm modeling. By eliminating this tunnel, this is going to become one lake. So this is going to become Summit Lake, and Summit Lake is going to cut off right around this area. Now, the east switch at Crowsnest, which is approximately here, is going to move 3 feet down the layout to here. When it moves the 3 feet down the layout, what happens when we go west, or pardon me, we're heading east this direction, we have a curve right here. We're going to turn 90 degrees, okay? On the prototype, when heading east from Crowsnest, you turn left 90 degrees. So this is going to have to be a mirror image because, you know, concrete walls and stuff like that. As soon as we come out of that curve, we're going to cross underneath Highway 3. Now, the original alignment of Highway 3 ran on the back side of the tracks and followed Island Lake and then followed along the tracks down low. I don't know what year it was. I'm guessing probably 70s, maybe 80s. They put a new highway alignment in where the tracks came down across a natural spit across Island Lake and crossed the tracks and climbed up into the hillside above Crowsnest. So up above Crowsnest, the highway's going to come up through here. These trees will come out. When they built that highway, they used a cut and fill method, and it was a very rocky hill, so very loose material. So when they blasted and they dug things out, they just let it slip down. So that was the fill. So there's going to be a lot of just basically talus, and then the highway will follow that up and behind Crowsnest, disappearing in the back corner when I get around to the new construction. So as we move east, this spur here, this is Island Lake Spur or Summit Lime. Now we're going to move Summit Lime to the east to better represent the actual industry. There is a spit of land between Island Lake and Summit Lake, so that's what this is going to represent, our land between there. The basic mainline alignment will stay the same. Now as we come along further to the east here, we come to our next lake. Our next lake is Island Lake, okay? So I'm going to just skip over to this side. Island Lake can stay in, and the track alignment can stay in. This cut will either be chopped down or come out completely, and the scenery is all going to get changed back in here. So big undertaking, but as I mentioned before, this is all some of the first scenery that I did on the layout, and I'm not happy with it in comparison to the stuff that I'm doing now. So this has been here for 17, 18 years. It's time for a refresh. So Island Lake will continue on for about 6 feet, roughly 6 or 7 feet. And when we get to this bridge is likely going to come out. This mountain's going to come out, and the slope will go in behind here. This is going to be the end of Island Lake. So this is going to be filled in, and this is going to come up. So there's a chunk of land between Island Lake and the next lake to the east, which is Crowsnest Lake. This shed, which it's a resin casting, I think I made the molds for this when I was 16 or 17, so 35 years ago I built this thing way back. I'll probably cut it in half. I can use each end for the entrance to Tunnel 7 and the new entrance to Tunnel 8. So that'll come out. I like the retaining wall look here. However, because it's going to be filled in, these will have to come out. I'll move them somewhere else. We'll just pause. We got a work train coming through here. Crowsnest video number 3. We're going to build a spring switch. So this guy's just delivering parts. As we go further east, the track's going to stay close to the front edge here. Okay, right now it tapers back. It's about 3 inches, 4 inches from front edge here, tapers to about 7 inches here. I'm going to try to keep the track close to the front edge, tying into this area right here. This section here, this is where Summit Lime is going to be. So on the prototype, Summit Lime is on the north side of the tracks. We're going to maintain that. We'll be able to put a really cool little facility here, and we'll have switches off each end. So Lenny and Nelly will now be able to switch this going in either direction, make it a lot easier for getting cars in and out of that industry. As we move further along, right here, this is where the land will end, and we're going to be on the east shore of Crowsnest Lake as soon as we hit this S-curve. Crowsnest is the biggest of the 3 lakes along the area. So we're going to continue with the track. Crowsnest Lake's going to come along here. All right, this is the switch location for West Sentinel, and this is the Sentinel yard. Now there's no Sentinel yard on the prototype. There's a backtrack and not much more than that. At one time there used to be a mill and all that kind of stuff there. I still want to use it as a passing track, but I want to continue with the lake here. So all this is going to come out. Okay, so let's cruise this way. So we're heading east. All this is going to come out. The lake is going to continue along through here, and I'm going to continue with S-curves. So S-curves are going to continue all the way through here. All right, we're going to work our way to the back corner of the basement. This entire wall is 46 feet long. So we're going to have 46 feet of lake running with a couple of spits of land separating the 3 individual lakes. So that's going to be super cool. Curl, curl, curl. We're going to get to this corner, power box right here. I'm going to hide the power box, putting a mountain up in here, because by the time you get to here, it's pretty hard to see under this valance up tall anyway, so we'll be able to hide that nicely. The lake will continue around the corner. This area will become hazel. It'll be known as hazel. Hazel, there's 2 different definitions of hazel. Some people say hazel is the west shore of Crowsnest Lake, and some people have hazel. This is an old brick structure at Hazel. So basically along that entire lake section of Crowsnest Lake is hazel. So I'm going to call this hazel, and the lake is going to go around the corner, and then the new west switch of Sentinel will move probably 15 feet to the east. All right, so 15 feet from the old location of West Sentinel to new location, that's going to put it right about here. So here, of course, Highway 3 crosses again. Highway 3 will come out this way, heading west. The lake will start here and around, and then this entire elevation is going to drop. So Crowsnest Lake drains east, and there's actually a hump on the tracks there. It's kind of cool. If you stand at Sentinel, you can see that there's a vertical curve climbing up through Sentinel and then level along the lake. So I'm going to drop the track from the nominal height above the top of the bench, where everywhere else is about 2 inches. Here it's approximately 6 inches. This is the highest point on the layout, so everything can start dropping. So I'll gently drop it on say a 0.5% grade all the way down until we get over to the location of Coleman. So the east switch will end up being approximately here. Now I have to be careful that I don't interfere with the operators at the paper plant here. This is a busy switching location, obviously. So by just putting a single switch here, mainline siding, not a big deal. Crews can roll through here, line themselves in or straight through, and then continue on, and that's not going to get in the way of the crew working back and forth through the paper plant section here. If there's going to be a backtrack, it'll be a little further on here and just a little short one, so you're not going to interfere. And something you got to consider with a double deck layout is where your switch points are. You don't want to interfere top and bottom, so you don't have crews bumping into one another. So that's about it. That represents about 120 feet of new construction or modified construction. So as I mentioned before, I really like, this is the stuff that gets my juices flowing. Scenery's fine. I love doing scenery. It's fun. I love working on rolling stock, but I really get a kick out of doing big construction projects. So this obviously can wait. I'm going to continue on with the Crowsnest realignment work. I actually do have the track back in. That'll be in video number 5. I think I shot 5 yesterday. I'll be shooting 6 tomorrow. The layout is back up and running again, but I'm trying to take us through it step by step. So that's all we have for this one. If you want to meet the cameraman, come here, cameraman. There's the cameraman. Okay, so thanks for watching, you guys. That's all I got for April. Sorry it wasn't more exciting stuff, but I just wanted to keep you in the loop as to what's going on, and we'll go from there. More videos coming up. I got a great pusher video in mind, and a gentleman has been harassing me for SD40-2 videos. So Dwayne, I've got one with 3 or 4, 1, 2, 3, 4 SD40-2s dragging empty grain from Sparwood across the layout. That one should be kind of cool. So stay safe, take care, see you in the next video.